Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, so New Nation is going to take on X5E, who are also actually exactly on the same win and loss ratio at the moment as New Nation are. They are in top 10 masters, and there are like 4 or 5 alliances at this point at World 11 that have basically a chance at top 3. One slip up and New Nation's out of top 3, and there are like 5 alliances that are ready to step in. So everything is always kind of down to the last war, and this is definitely very, very important work to see New Nation get in that top 3, hopefully. Right, that being said, I'm using Magneto House of X, Nimrod, and Archangel, as I have been doing quite a lot recently. And here you are going to see me take path 7 in section 1 and 2, actually. I have been kind of on this path half the season, pretty much. So, I don't mind it too much. First off, we have Human Torch, and I can see why Human Torch would be placed on kinetic transference, I guess, kind of. But his level 1 really isn't that hard to evade. So, I'm going to be using Archangel for this one, and it's just basically the parry heavy nuke. We are going to see a couple of fights where my Archangel RNG is quite atrocious though, but still we get there in the end. So here we can see that first heavy attack we have 0 bleeds, and by the point of second heavy attack I do have 2 bleeds, but at that he already has a level 1, which is fair enough. Now I just need to get in another parry. We do not get the poison. We have 4 bleeds however, but no poison. And here again nothing happens on this heavy attack, even though I had 4 bleeds, a poison. I couldn't get in a single neurotoxin, so we have half a minute basically expired by the time I get my first neuros on. But as soon as that happens, everything's sweet, everything's dandy, there's not much to worry about. And now this heavy attack kind of seals the deal, where we have 4 neuros. I'm just going to run away from that Human Torch, 99% health on my Archangel, everything's going wonderful. And next up, I have a fight against Kingpin. And this is the reason why I primarily need the Magneto House of X pre-fight. I actually forgot to use those pre-fights for later fights. I should have. I definitely should have. Especially for the Blade one. But I forgot. Anyways. So we have Archangel. Wonderful. White Max pre-fight, so he can't shrug off my parry stand. Now I do accidentally miss a parry here, which is going to be quite a theme a bit in this war, I guess. But everything works out just fine. So I do have 5 bleeds, and I do have a poison on Kingpin. Just need to bait out his level 1. Now I'm actually quite comfortable punishing that level 1 with a heavy attack using Archangel, but I also like doing this, where I start throwing my heavy attack and then I chain into level 1. At this point I have 2 neurotoxins on Kingpin. So here I'm going to go for a heavy attack after his level 1, and that Kingpin is pretty much dead, and I'm still at 98%, so that's a very neat finish there. And that's it for my contribution in section 1. Oh, wait, no, I do have to deal with this Kitty. No, Penny. No, Kitty. Kitty. I always mix them up. I don't know why, but Penny Parker, Kitty Pryde, my head, just same thing. I don't know. And here again, I immediately start by missing a parry and eating a 3-hit combo, but that is okay. No big problem there. That's why I still had that indestructible boost active. Now, she does have 6 prowesses there. Don't particularly care for it. I do have cowardice applied to her. I get into my Blitz protocol, so we can start nullifying all of her prowesses whenever, as and if she does get them. And as soon as I get to level 2, Nimrod, rank 4, Sig 200, Kitty Pryde, mutant with one of the lowest health pools in game, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Need to land a few more hits. So this is a mix master, obviously, so therefore I do have to be fairly careful, but you know, job's done. And that's it for my contribution on day 1. And on day 2, that was a random screenshot of Cinema Wins video, I think. Anyways, I need to reboost, and here I just need to deal with this Domino. And again, Nimrod against Domino is not going to be the toughest thing to go after. And after that, I will have a Nick Fury. I haven't done that Nick Fury fight on that kinetic transference node pretty much ever, so that can get a bit messy. But here against Domino, it's fairly straightforward. I get to level 2 and the fight's over. That's kind of the moral of the story. Only thing I need is for that Domino to use at least one special attack and we'll be fine. Because after that now we can see that here I'm going to be getting power drain as well. So that kind of counteracts the spite. No problem. I use my level 2 even though she's still lucky because it's unblockable, and even if she evades a hit, you know, it's not the biggest deal in the world. And yeah, that single level 2 was enough. These were actually last 2 fights because I have had a very, very busy and messy couple of days at home here to deal with some stuff, but I'm not going to get into that. I do have some scar tissue on my hands because of it though, so that's quite fun. And here we have Nick Fury fight. So I do obviously, here again, I miss a parry. I don't know why, I don't know how it happens, but I miss a parry. And I have missed parry in first parry in 3 fights. But happy days. But it's Archangel against Nick Fury, so obviously the fight does go quite well. The only thing I do want to be careful is basically not let him start spamming special ones, and that is just about it. I purposely saved up to my level 3. So once his health kind of drops low enough, I can activate that, and that level 3 alone is pretty much enough to kill your opponent when he's at 30% health because of that neuro. So here I'm just kind of being very, very patient, dancing around. Nick Fury does look like he's quite high sig because his health isn't, you know, going down that quickly, but nonetheless, it is at 29%. As soon as he hits that 29% there, I'm using a level 3. And that is going to place, in this case, I think 1 neurotoxin, which is going to be pretty much enough to seal the deal here. So I have 1 neuro on Nick Fury. Wonderful. I'm not even going to try and punish that heavy attack with a heavy attack of my own. I'm just letting that 1 neurotoxin do the job for me. Obviously, at the same time, I'm kind of trying to bait out at level 2, but by the time I do, the job is done. And that was it. These were actually the last 2 fights for us in this war. So we did finish up quite well. Our battle group actually did get a donut. Nobody died. So that's another donut for the season, which is always awesome when it happens. And at this point, we were 6-2. So we did have a fairly comfortable lead. Obviously, X5E still very, very good alliance. And they still are more than likely going to be finishing in top 10 of Masters. So again, quite stressful war. And yeah, there I took a screenshot of that. Whoops. That's a wrong screenshot. My camera is messing up. I was just messing there with my T-Rex. Now I do have a right screenshot somewhere here. There we go. So I think they finished at 8 or 9 thereabouts. So still a very, very, very good war for New Nation. I didn't update my loyalty tracker for this war beforehand, but we can kind of get it done together immediately because I didn't use any health potions, so that was awesome. I didn't use any items there. I did have 5 fights, so I had 4 path fights, 1 shared fight, 0 deaths, and no health potions used here. This war I didn't use any special boosts. I used 1 invulnerability boost at the beginning and 1 advanced power boost. So this entire war actually was super cheap. I think it's one of my, if not the cheapest war I have done so far, which is 20,000 loyalty. And going into the last war of the season, I have spent nearly 900,000 loyalty on this entire season. And we have one final war that will decide whether we make it top 3. X5E. And obviously the champions that I used, again, Archangel is the most used champion, I think, for me this season, because once again, I did end up using Archangel for 3 fights. Then I used Nimrod for 2, and then we had Wags for 0. So there we go. Then at the end, after the last war video of the season, I'm going to go over kind of analyzing all my stats for this season and, you know, how viable it is with Kabam's proposed plans and stuff like that. So we're going to definitely break down the spreadsheet fully after we have finished the last war that is about to start later today. But again, New Nation still alive and kicking for that third spot finish, which, you know, is quite good. From second spot is where you really do see kind of bigger rank 4 material, rank rewards increases, but still obviously getting on that top 3 is always the goal. And all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this war video, and I'm going to catch you guys later. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the